guy Whiff back here with you for the afternoon. Hope you're headed home. You got a smile on your face. You're ready to get home, kick off your shoes, and watch a little television, some of the boob tube, and or listen to some music. Relax with the family. Have some dinner, whatever. And just enjoy your evening before you get off there and as you're on your little travel home there. I'll give you a couple more things to think about on this Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg thing here going on with her unfortunate passing last Friday, the age of 87 due to pancreatic cancer. We kind of talked a little bit earlier about how tragic it was, her death. And a dying wish was that the words apparently was said to her granddaughter that she said she wanted a dying wish was that the new president install the next Supreme Court justice. It brought to my attention here. It's a little weird that she said the words install like. He's a light bulb or something, or the person's gonna be a light bulb, or like a dishwasher or something. You know what I'm saying? It's like not like because a president is not installed. You know what I'm saying? The president is elected. So little odd that she used that particular word if she said it, which once again I don't really believe that that's the thing she was thinking about. I choose to believe she had more class than that towards the end of her life, and she wasn't talking about. Anything like that, not to mention the fact that if she did use the words install, she probably wasn't even in her right mind if she said words like install, right? So that's not something we should stick with, besides the fact that if you look at some of the old stories back there, back in 2016, apparently Justice Ginsburg and the president at the time, Obama, he said they both were of the belief that, a president serves the full 4 years that they're elected for, and not just, a couple, you know what I mean? That they don't have when an election year comes around, they shouldn't do nothing. And then you had Obama, he goes off and says that, it's his job to nominate someone, and it's the job of the Senate there to take a look at who he's nominating and support him through a vote to then, appoint that person here to the Supreme Court. So apparently this is not, uncommon. So it's really more very political that they're trying to say, well, you shouldn't do it now. Well, at least that's the kind of place where we start here. Because as we mentioned earlier, McConnell, the Senate lead guy for the Republicans, he said, that the President Trump there, that he would have his nominee voted on. So we got that going on still. So Ted and all the Democrats are like, don't do it. And then you got a couple of them Republican ladies, the Susan Collins of Maine, and Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, I believe, saying that they would not support bringing up a new nominee during this election year because it was so close. Well, there was a little information source that got out there that you may not be aware of there. May or may not be aware of there. That I share with you that I learned here today, which is that apparently going back to the days of 1880, which from what I can tell is basically around the time that Chester A. Arthur was the president there. Basically back about like 29 cycles of elections that in all 29 instances there's been a Supreme Court vacancy of some kind there. And that there's always been a nominee made by a president. So like 19 times of it was the same party as the president. and they put up that nominee, and 17 of the times they actually confirmed the nominee and put them in there on the Supreme Court. And then 2 times they would not, apparently. And then the other 10 times, the president was from a different party from the Senate. And only on 2 instances there were the actual nominees confirmed by the Senate there. So you basically got like 19 out of 29 times this has happened in an election year, and more than half of it, they've been, appointed to the Supreme Court. So there's nothing different here from, the past. It's not like this is some odd, reoccurrence. It's just like one of those times would be like in those 10s where they were talking about how there were 10 times when the president was different from the Senate. One of those 10 times would be the President Obama when he was trying to nominate that individual named Garland back in 2016, and he never got the vote because the Senate was of an opposing party. So this is not uncommon for this to happen. I did want to say earlier, I don't think I, spoke to it as well as I should have said. I talked about it, what have you, the way I really wanted to, which was to say that I don't really like the fact that this woman was gone on Friday evening, and immediately any of them was talking about, replacing her. I mean, the woman was not, was barely, moved to a funeral home or underwent any of the process of, being treated with care after her passing. And they're already, both sides are talking about, her replacement in the Supreme Court, or should you have a replacement. I think that you could have waited over the weekend. Nothing was going to change over the weekend. And just give that chance for people to, process it and not be constantly talking about someone who just died and how you're like, well, now we got to figure out who we're going to move into her office. Like, that's just really shameless in my opinion. And I think we're better than that. But apparently there are quite a few people who do not believe that we should be better than that. And that's part of the problem with the politicians, if you ask me. So I don't go for that. And I guess what I look at when I see this, and it's talking about how, the Democrats are saying that you shouldn't be having this here appointment, this nomination appointment of a Supreme Court justice in an election year. I think that history shows that that's not true, that hasn't happened before. Not that they've suggested it hasn't happened. They're just saying they don't think it should happen. Well, I don't think anybody who's not in the controlling party would want someone from the other side to, nominate someone to the Supreme Court, because it does impact long-term rulings and whatnot. But that's really more because you don't want it, not because it's illegal or that it's, never been done before. So I don't think there's anything to stand on with that particular thing. And, as far as who's going to be nominated, the President Trump here, he says he has a list that he's already, put out there, and he has a list with a bunch of people on. I think it's 35 or some odd names or whatever of people he would nominate, 35, 40, something like that there. And that there's like a dozen ladies, if you will, that what he put on that list. And they've asked if Vice President Biden has a list of people he'd like to name, and so he's apparently said he would not release his list, at least as of right now. And that's fine, but you can't expect people to make a judgment on supporting one way or another if you're not even willing to tell people kind of who you're looking at. This President Trump here, he actually released a list apparently back in 2016 before he was even elected, saying, if I'm elected, here's the people I'm going to, put on my, short list for Supreme Court nominations. And he's apparently put in like a lot of federal judges have been appointed, more than like any in history during the term he's had here. So he's been, he and McConnell have been like busy bunnies, just, launching out federal courtships and what have you to people here. I'm guessing a lot of conservative folk here. And so now you got the Democrats do not want him to nominate someone. So I guess the bottom line here is that is it good to do it during an election year? I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters because apparently it's been done, over and over again. This isn't like, we've done it once. We've done it, 29 times in 140 whatnot years, right? So I would say that leaving a vacancy or leaving a vacancy on the Supreme Court there, that doesn't really add up to the smell test. I'm going to call that a big stinker. We're not going to go with that one because I think you should, if you got the ability to get a nominee out there and you got the support, then I think you should do it. They also mentioned one of the problems is the number of Republicans on the in the Senate is like 53 and you got 47 Democrats. And they say if three of the Republicans there, they vote with the Democrats, then it would come down to a tie, and that the vice president would have to come in, and I'm sure he would support the nomination there. So that would be one way they could win if they had to. But the numbers of like the confirmation votes for a Supreme Court justice are becoming less and less than they used to. It used to be that they were like 90 and 95 in numbers of people who would confirm it, and now it's just like straight down the party lines, which means we're getting further apart. And this has been going on for a long time. This has been going on over the last 20 something years now. So this is not like new just because of the Trump guy in here. This has been happening for a while. It happened with Obama. It happened there with the George Bush Jr. fella. And this is not new. This thing, unfortunately, they can't seem to, come together. They want to fight about everything, and instead of qualifying a judge as being capable of representing, they're more concerned about what they're representing on their, political beliefs and whatever, versus defending the, the Constitution and understanding the Constitution of the United States here. So that's a shame there, but you got the three, they could lose up, the Republicans there could lose up to 3 votes that would go to the Democrat side if all the Democrats voted against this nominee Trump puts up there. And they could still win if the vice president comes in and breaks a tie. The other thing that could happen is that the Murkowski and Collins lady, they could, and they say that the Romney got a fellow who ran for president back in 2012 who couldn't, pull it out there. He would probably vote against the nominee, but they say if any 3 of those people don't vote, but they just vote president, but they don't vote yay and nay, that the confirmation could still go through without a tiebreaker from the vice president there. So that's kind of how it plays out. But as far as like, should it be left vacant? No, I don't think that adds up. It doesn't make sense there. It's been done before. It'll be done again, best I can tell. So we're going to call leaving the vacancy in the Supreme Court a stinker. And, a stinker. It ain't going to work there. Let's flush that idea that's the way it has to be. So what do you think about this? Please, I want to hear your comments here in the box below on whatever platform you're listening to this, whatnot, the YouTube, the iTunes, the Google, Facebook, whatever, wherever you're listening to this thing here. You can also leave your phone message here on the show hotline, and that is at 505-585-0500. Again, that's 505-585-0500. And just tell me what you think. Leave a message on the show line there, and you can say, hey, what's up, Whiff? Here's what I'm thinking, and put it out there. Try to keep the language clean. Remember, we got the kiddos that can get in here and listen to, and we want to set a good example and whatever. So, all right, well, I guess that's it for now. I hope you guys have just a blessed evening and relax and get off your feet and hang out with your family and laugh a lot. And I'll talk at you there tomorrow. And you take care, and God bless you all.